This is my first video that I'm doing, and I hope it's coming out right. This is a new setup. Okay, so I fell in love with budget videos, and I just want to introduce myself. You probably know my voice from Shortmama couponing on YouTube, but this is like a new challenge. I mean, not new challenge, but this is like a new thing for me. Before I started YouTube, and even while I was doing YouTube, I was drowning in debt. And it's a lot of things that, a lot of people probably don't even talk about, like YouTubers, not YouTubers in general. I'm talking about couponers. Sometimes couponers don't talk about, them being actually drowning in debt because they're supposed to be teaching people how to save money. So they don't want, to put that out there. But I was drowning in debt. And with me budgeting and doing stuff like sinking fund and saving challenges, and I hate to say this, also when the pandemic, yes, the pandemic was bad, but financially a lot of people that lost their job, I was one of them that had lost a job. It ended up being almost like a financial blessing in disguise for the people that had lost a job and was getting unemployment with the extra $600 plus all the stimulus money. I use a lot of that. So I want to discuss how much debt I was in, okay? And so you can see why I'm so passionate about this, why I started. Let me tell you. I found this old Andrew and Condren notebook, and I was looking at it, I was like, ooh, I was really in my sticker game. But anyway, let's go ahead, and I want to explain everything, okay? And I hope you can see everything. When I first started, let me just start off like, when I actually wrote down all my debt, before I stopped paying my debt off, I kept wondering why I was in the hole, like why I'm in the hole, man. Like I can't, it's like I'm drowning, like, and I can't reach the surface. And when I finally wrote down everything, it hits me. It really did hit me. So I want to discuss with my dad, and then I'm going to tell you, how I started this. So, okay, the first was the chase car. I had 2 chase cars. Now, at first, it was like I couldn't get out of it. Now, I had the minimum payment according to, I had to find my old receipts and all that. But I had 2 of those cars. And even with me having 2 of those cars, I was getting nowhere because my minimum payment was like $35, $40. And pretty much all of that went to interest. And the balance wasn't going down. So I did the thing that people say don't do. I asked them to close my card. And if I close my card, can I pay it without any interest? And they said yes. And that's pretty much what I did. Okay. So I ended up paying this off. Both of these cards off. Okay. But I just wanted to show how much debt I was in before I started my debt-free journey. Okay, so then I also had a Wayfair card. You know what? I don't even remember. I don't even think I got half of the stuff that I brought from Wayfair because I can't remember what I brought with the Wayfair card. This is sad. But anyway, my payments was $97, and I had a balance of $2,020.68. Woo! Okay, then I also had 2 Capital One cards, and this is also paid off. Okay, by the way. I had 2 Capital One cards, and let me tell you, Capital One, they be slick with it. Let me tell you how slick they are with it, man. Every time you turn around, they were giving me an increase. I don't even know what I did to deserve the increase, but my dumb tail, what I decided to do whenever they give me an increase, I said, "Ooh, I can spend more money." Not thinking I'm paying more money, but anyway. I ended up getting 2 of, I had 2 of these cards. These was the balance. The card number 1 was $1,734.62. And then the other one was, $1,879.13. Now with this one, I was on a payment plan because I told them to close it. Cause it was like I was getting nowhere. And they closed this card and told me to pay it without interest. So that's what I did. And then after that, I started thinking, I'm like, well, close this card too. If I don't have to pay that interest, close it. So I know this is not what you're supposed to do. But during the pandemic, they was pretty much saying if you willing to close your card or something like that, or you can go a month. I mean, what was it, like 6 months and making payments without interest? I just told them close it. So I don't know. I mean, that was a bad decision because it made my credit score drop real bad. I'm rebuilding my credit as we speak because of this. Okay, so then I had a loan with Landmark. It was $150. Whew. You know what? And my balance was $1,239. And this is also paid off. Okay, so then I got errands. Okay, let me tell you something. Errands was for my mom. My mama is the only person that can get, my mom and my kids are the only one that know how to pour on my heart to get stuff. Okay, anyway, this was for my mom, and my mom ended up not getting behind on the payments or not being able to afford the payments. I can't remember which one it was, but somehow I ended up taking over the payments because I was like a co-signer for her. So I ended up paying that off. Okay, so then it was I think this is Macroft or something like this. Anyway, do not get this company. Do not use this company. I did it because I didn't have no good credit at the time. But they know how to get you. Let me explain. Okay, so my unit had messed up during the wintertime. Like, I was in the house with no heat. And we had got a lot of snow. And me and my kids, we was in one room with a heater trying to keep ourselves warm. So I needed a new unit. Of course, I didn't have nothing saved. No money saved, nothing. And they was the only one that was willing to approve me. The whole amount was like $7,000. But if you pay it off within 2 months. I want to say, if you, not 2 months, 2 years. If you pay it off within 2 years, it was no interest. But you had to pay it off within 2 years. Of course, I didn't pay it off in 2 years. So a $6,000 finance turned into $11,000. And this was my payment for that, $254. Whew. But this is also paid off. Okay, so then I had an American Express card. I don't know what happened to this card. I just remember that I think I had missed a couple of payments or something. And they gave me a letter during the pandemic saying, hey, if you pay this amount in full, because my payment was $40, but I think I just forgot about it. I really think I forgot about it. And then they sent me a letter saying, hey, if you pay this, then you'll be done with us. And I just paid the $264. I said, I really messed up my credit. Okay, so then after that, I had a Victoria's Secret card. I still got that card, by the way. For some reason, I didn't mess up with Victoria's Secret. I just paid this off. My payment was $35 a month, and I had a balance of $150 because I wasn't doing that much shopping anyway. I got a loan with CashNet USA. Yes, I was the one that got a loan. And I used to work for a loan place. And I know all about the interest. My payments for that was $150. I think it was, it was $75 every 2 weeks. That equal up to $150 a month. And my balance was still $558. I paid that off too. Lord of Jesus. Then I had a car payment, which was $300. All I had owed was $2,785.70. Guess what? Paid that off too. I don't even remember what I got for Fingerhut. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what I got for Fingerhut. I can't even remember. But anyway, somehow I spent $2,200, and my payment was $100 a month, and boom. Pay that. Then I had this self is supposed to help you with your credit or something, and it's like you paying yourself back just to show that you have a good payment history. Anyway, it would take them $48 out my account, and I said forget it. I just paid the whole $523, and that's what I did. I also had another payday loan. Yes, VA loan. Let me tell you something. This right here was taking $150 every 2 weeks out my pay. Woo. Okay, and even with them taking $150 every 2 weeks, they equal to $300. I still had a balance of $750. You know what? And I paid that off too. This is depressing. Okay, so I forgot about these two debts right here. While I was looking through my receipts that I keep over here, I saw these two debts. I had a loan with Green Skies. What happened was, I think, my hot water heater played out. And of course, I didn't have no money in savings or nothing. So I end up, they end up approving me for the $2,200. And what I end up doing is I paid them off within a year, because I wasn't playing. I paid them off within a year. Okay, so that is paid off, but still my payments were $189. But the way they did it was like no interest for a year or no interest for 2 years. It was something like that. Okay, so then what else? Okay, I also had one with upgrade was $263. I had a $5,500 loan for that, and I paid that off. Now this was because it was something going on. My whole floor in the back, because I got an old house, got wet, and it caused a whole lot of mildew. It was a mess, and they had to level up the back floor. It was a hot mess, and yeah. Now at the time, my total debt was $2,000, with just adding the minimum payment, $2,228. My income, and now I wasn't counting YouTube. Okay, YouTube varies or whatever, but if I was able to get get a good YouTube check, of course that would incorporate. But this was the main thing I was counting on. My income, what I brought home now, that's what I was counting on, what I brought home. I was getting $500 every 2 weeks. And y'all know, people would say, girl, that is nothing. Yeah, because they were taking my insurance, my 401k, taxes, something else they were taking. I barely was bringing home anything. Okay, so $500 every 2 weeks is what I was bringing home. So they equal to $1,000. Then I was working a side job. I was working at a gas station, and I was getting $180 every week. And that means my total income just with my main jobs was $1,720. And then it wasn't counting YouTube. So when I got a YouTube check, that was like extra. And I used that for the bills. So I was already in the rear. I was already in the rear. And the crazy thing about it is that this right here was just my debt. This didn't count mortgage. This didn't count the light bill. This didn't count food. This didn't count. It didn't show. None of that was included in this. And what made me change, or what made me stop looking at my budget was when one day I could not afford my light bill. Like, I was wondering, how was I going to pay my light bill? And here I'm teaching how to save money and how to coupon. And here I'm drowning so hard in debt that I can't figure out how I'm going to pay my light bill. Now, a lot of these bills was before my fiance. So, he wasn't around when I had a whole lot of these bills. He came around. He was around when I started paying them off. So now he's trying to get on board just like me, like I'm on board. But 2020 was the main time that I paid majority of all these bills. 2020, because 2020, yes, it was bad. Yes, the pandemic was bad. Yes, we all know it was bad. But for people like me that was laid off, they got the extra $600, they got all the stimulus and all that. If you use it wisely, this was your chance to, get out of debt. This was your chance stop yourself from drowning. And that's what I did. I took that as my chance. I maximized that stimulus, my unemployment. I maximized it to the fullest. Okay, also I had debt, of course, in collections. I had a doctor bill that was $148. I also had a charter bill that went to collection that was $375. And then I had a direct TV that was $456. I had a SunTrust, which I felt like SunTrust did me dirty because, number one, they left. Nobody didn't tell them to leave the local area and move far away and then wonder why nobody don't want to come over there. But anyway, that was $324. Then I turned around and had this. I don't even know what this is, but I paid it. So because the receipt is in my box, so I paid it. So it was $259. And then I had another doctor bill that was $744.60. Yes. Woo. Yes, I paid. And now, I just want to give you kind of like a runaround. Right now, all these debts are paid. I can honestly say I have no debt but my student loans. And that's right there all by itself is a blessing. So I'm going to be doing Seeking Funds. I just wanted you to be kind of introduced. My name is Latoya, but everybody know me by Shortmama. And I hope you like this. I just want you to know what I came from, because I don't want you to just see me. The only true debt I have is student loan. I do have a Gerber debt, a Gerber life insurance loan, but the way Gerber work is not on your credit, and they don't ask you for a payment but for every 3 months. But I said I'm gonna go ahead and pay that off and call it a day, because it's not like a monthly payment thing. So yeah, but the main debt I have is student loans. Okay, student loans and my mortgage. But I want you to see what I came from before you just see the good and would say, oh, you got it easy. Because this took hard work. It took a lot of sacrifices. It took a lot of me saying no. It took me being strict, okay? And I am proud. I'm honestly proud of myself, that I was able to pour myself out, So yeah. So anyway, this is Shortmama, and we're gonna be making these money moves in the right direction. So yeah. And so anyway, I hope y'all like this. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will be posting another video. Probably you might see it tomorrow, of my cash stuffing, and I'm going to be posting a video of my saving challenges. So we're gonna have some money in the bank, okay? So we can stop making the creditors richer. Now, I'm not against credit cards, okay? I'm not against credit cards, because at the end of the day, we're nothing but a number. But, we don't need to be paying that interest. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, I hope y'all like this, and bye.